Okay, that was Rotimi with Lotto. You're tuned in to Boom Show. Let's get Miss Smith on the line with us. Hello, are you there?
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the
How are
Boom
you?
Show. I am very well.
Thank you
How
for
are you?
having me. I'm good. I'm glad to be here.
Good. I'm glad you're here and joining us. Well, I know you have a lot going on, so I want to talk about everything you got going on, and of course your new single as well. But first of all, tell me if I'm saying your name correctly. Is it Antonique?
Antonique. Yep.
Antonique. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, a little bit about yourself, where you from, where you currently reside, and what you've been up to.
I'm from East Orange, New Jersey, born and raised. I still have my place there, and I go back and forth between there and LA. I just been blessed. I've been I've been living my dream. I started singing when I was a little girl in church. I was inspired by Whitney Houston, who was also from East Orange, New Jersey, and that voice was just, everything. Right. And I wanted to sound like her, so that's how I learned to sing. And I sang in church, and then an agent heard me singing. I thought I was going to pursue music first. I was actually pursuing music first, and an agent heard me singing, asked to be my agent, sent me on acting jobs, and ended up playing the lead in Rent on Broadway. And then, of course, everybody knows I played Faith Evans in Notorious. And, I think that's what made it possible for my music, So after that, I met my manager, Darryl Farmer, and he, pretty much made it possible for me to put out my first song that got nominated for a Grammy, which is crazy.
What?
With Independent and 923 Music Group. It's just been a blessing. It's been like crazy.
That's what's up, though. I
so
mean,
crazy.
It is definitely. You're welcome. Of course, I got to get to know you in Notorious. And you did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. A lot of them have really bad acting, but you did so good. And I know that you've been on a lot of other
movie
productions. Wow, that's crazy. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you take professional acting classes?
I was in church plays and school plays, and I took one class at the School of Film and Television, but not like a course. I literally took a few weeks class, and that honestly didn't really prepare me. I got mostly on the job training, doing Broadway. That was the training ground for everything. Having to sing. First of all, it's 8 shows a week. Just think about that. There's only 7 days in a week. We worked 6 days a week, and in those 6 days, there was 8 shows. And so trying to recreate that same show with them same songs and the same moments and the same words and the same, sometimes a few different cast members, but same cast, it's trying to make that fresh and spontaneous and emotional for the different audiences every night. That was a challenge. So being able to do that, when I finally got on a film set, I was like, well, shoot, I've been recreating this same show for for so long.
Right, it's easy.
I know how to recreate a moment. I know how to make a moment fresh and new, a few times. With a movie, you're doing the scene a few times and you're moving on. So that was I can do this. And then singing, it strengthened my voice and, made it easier for when I, have to do a lot of shows and tour and stuff like that. So it was incredible, actually, the best training ground.
Yeah, it sounds like. I know a lot of people say that Broadway, like you said, it's just you have to do so much at once, and that's hard to make something fresh and new all the
time. It's for real. It's no cut.
I'm tired of singing the song.
It's no redo. You got to be for real to be on Broadway, because you can't, it's not like you can say cut and do it again.
Right. Yeah, that's the real deal right there. I hope I get to see one soon. I'm a little
yeah.
I need to go see one because I've been in New York for a while.
Everybody wants to see Hamilton is the talk of the town right now.
That's the talk of the town.
And I haven't gotten to see it, but I did see that performance of it on the Grammys, and it's incredible. And of course, The Color Purple's back out with Jennifer Hudson, and so those are the ones that everybody's talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see something
I
soon.
say those. I would probably recommend those. Yeah, Hamilton, I would recommend.
Yeah, those tickets are expensive. But
yeah, they are. Which is why I fought so hard to be in the moment and give a great show every night because, sometimes people get kind of, like day job mode where they've done it so many times that they don't have to think about it. I really wanted to be in the moment. I cried real tears every night because people were paying over $100 a ticket, so I wanted them to get the best show, every night. So,
and I know a lot of artists feel like that, and that's pressure to be like, you know what, I know you paid your good money, so I got to do my job. Yeah, so that, you know what I'm saying, you feel satisfied. Yeah, so that's
you know what, I did. I felt satisfied, and I believe they did too.
And I know you did. I mean, I didn't go see Rent, but damn it, Notorious is good. So I think we got a call on the line. See if we got any questions. You're welcome. See if we got any questions for you. 7149, you're on the air. Hello? No? All right.
Hi.
No questions. So we got fans from calling. So it's all good. So I know you got your new single that you just dropped. Tell us, I love the title. As I was saying before you got on the line, it is about now. So tell us a little bit about this joint and how you feeling.
It was written by Emily Sandy and Toby Gad, and Toby did. Y'all all know who Emily Sandy is. She's dope. And Toby Gad did If I Were a Boy for Beyonce and All of Me for John Legend. And
I didn't know
for me, the song is very emotional. Song is very emotional for me because, we focus a lot on what we don't have, what we're trying to get, and we focus a lot on stuff that hurt us in the past, and we don't appreciate right now what's happening right now. If you could be in the middle of a good relationship, y'all happy, everything's fine, but because he ain't put a ring on it yet, you mad. And there is none. Or you could just, a family member you ain't been speaking to because they did something you don't like. Like, tomorrow's not promised. The song says, the future's just a promise that may change with the weather. The past is just a photo book. So all we really have is now. So, if somebody listening, if y'all got somebody y'all love you ain't been speaking to, please call them and tell them you love them because tomorrow's not promised. And, if you got in the middle of a career, like, I got nominated for Grammy, but I didn't win. So I had the opportunity of being mad that I didn't win or, wishing, looking like, caring about the win and not just being appreciative of what I do have, which is not a Grammy nomination, which is amazing. Like, we absolutely sometimes have our focus in the wrong place. And what it really needs to be on is right now because the only thing that really exists is now. The future is not there yet. The past is gone. The only real moment is now. And, so we really have to learn to appreciate it. And that's why I love this song because it just reminds you of that.
It's true. I know there's a meme going around, the memes, internet and all that stuff. Yeah. But it says, if you live in the past, you'll be anxious. No, the future. If you live in the future, you'll be anxious. If you live in the past, you'll be depressed. But if you live in the present, you'll be at peace. And it's so true because, like you said, we're constantly, thinking about the next move, thinking about what's next, but we don't really relish in the present. And
that's so true.
I don't know why we live like that.
Sometimes we don't give people their roses while they can smell them. My grandmother always said, you got to give people their roses while they can smell them. And that's true. Like, we always take for granted, like, we can do it tomorrow. I'll call them next week. Or, I ain't thinking about that right now. I'm, you might want to. You might want to do it now because tomorrow may never come.
It's true. And we don't live like that, But we should. Yeah. I know the more I try to live in the present, the more at peace I am, and I'm not thinking about what I could do or, But like you said, also just reveling in your accomplishments. Was there a moment in your life that you felt like you didn't, enjoy it because you were maybe not in the present?
Absolutely. I say early on, probably there's a moment right before Notorious and a moment right after. I mean, even when I was on Broadway. Mm-hmm. When I was on Broadway is some people's dream, right? Some people dream of being a Broadway star, and that's all they ever wanted to do in the whole wide world, right? So I was a star on Broadway, and a lot of the time what I really wanted to do was my music and movies.
Okay.
And so I'd say for sure there is a good amount of time when I was in Rent that I didn't appreciate it because I was so focused on what I wanted to do that I wasn't doing yet. And then even after I did Notorious, you know, there was other things like, well, you know, until I finally started to do my music. That's after I met Daryl Farmer, my manager. You know, there was just times where, you know, it's focusing on what you're trying to get and not just really enjoying right now, you know, not just really taking it in and really appreciating what I already have.
And like
that happened to me for sure.
Yeah. And like you said, too, it's like we miss our blessings because we're looking at,
absolutely.
you know, something else. And especially in relationships, you know, you might say, oh, well, that guy is somebody over there doing that. Why are you not, you know, but you don't even see what's in front of you because you're so worried about
Don't even
else,
see it.
Don't
even see the beauty of what is already there.
Right.
Yeah.
We are, you know, and as we get older, obviously, you know, thank God for age for some things. But, you know, as you get older, you see... You know, you see all these things, and you're like, wow, you know, I really need to, you know, like you said, live in the present and be appreciative and blessed for what I do have and not focus on so much on what I don't have.
Absolutely.
So that's why I really
all
like
we really
the title.
Have now.
Yeah, that's true. We're going to get into the song in just a minute, and I'm not going to keep you on too long, but I want to talk a little bit about how you got to Notorious. How did that happen? Were you approached by someone and they saw you?
My agent called me. She called me and said they're casting. I mean, when I heard the word Notorious, I heard Faith Evans. I heard, yes, that's my role. Like, I just knew it. Like, couldn't nobody tell me nothing different because I had sang to Faith growing up in my bedroom. Like, I had practiced to her the same way I practiced to other singers that I love. I had practiced to her. So I was like, and I loved all the characters. I loved, you know, Biggie and Pac, and I loved Kim, and I loved Puff, and, you know, so... I love Faith, you know, so I knew the world. I knew that world because I was a fan. And I knew her song. Like, I just was like, this is mine. There's no way they're not going to give me this role. And I look enough like her. And I'm from New Jersey. So
right.
When I got the audition, it did not quite go that way. In fact, after my second audition, the director said, I don't think she's sexy enough because I had been going in there with, like, a bun. And I didn't have a lot of makeup on because I was just trying to have like what I call like a clean palette so they could just see it without me trying to do anything extra. And I had like a little tracksuit on, this little ugly green tracksuit. And so he had like written me off. They wanted somebody famous. They wanted like some of the famous light-skinned girls around that time. And he was not checking for me at all. And so the casting director and the producer called me back in and was like, look, we need you to come back in here. We need you to put like some tight jeans on, do your hair all cute, put some lip gloss on, some heels. Like, come in here looking like
they couldn't see that without you doing that?
And he couldn't see that. He couldn't see it without me doing that. After I did that, I came back in and I did that. They only put me on tape because he didn't even want to see me again.